Moving forward, is it still going to be the same? Is your dad still going to be the lead trainer? Have you thought about exploring other options as far as training is concerned?
Yes, I will say my father is no longer my head trainer at the moment, but I have been looking at other options at the moment, so I know some things had to get shooken up a little bit, just had to move different ways, that's all.
I'm not shocked at all to hear the breaking news that Brian Norman Jr. has officially decided to leave his father and look for a new head trainer going into his next fight, possibly in March or April, after suffering his first devastating loss, losing his WBO bout to Devin the Dream Haney November 22nd. And shout out to Cigar Talk, by the way, for this great interview. Asked him some great questions. Dropped some more breaking news on us, talking about his mentality and everything fight week, everything that, went into this fight, how he felt the day of the fight. It just wasn't good, man. And I honestly want to say part of it was because of his father. He says, leading into the fight, he wasn't focused. That this was the first time, right? It's the biggest fight of his career, the most publicity. People want to become your friends. They want to be around you. They want to take pictures. All of a sudden, everybody wants to be your best friend. He says during his training camps, there would be a lot of people bothering him while he was doing the jump ropes, while he was shadow boxing, while he was hitting the bag. A lot of people would be tapping on him like, hey, bro, did you hear this? Hey, bro, did you hear this? A lot of people distracting him, saying all the crap talking leading up into the fight, it got over his head. That's not truly who he is. And I believe part of that is because his father. We made videos on this channel specifically going at Brian Norman Sr. for some of the stuff that he was saying, some of the shit that he was talking, going towards Devin the Dream Haney and Bill Haney, saying he wasn't a great fighter, saying my son's going to go in there and put you out. You got no chin. Look it, man. I think he did this to himself. I think Brian Norman Sr. lost his own job for just bringing this stuff out of his own son. His son said this isn't who he truly is. His father's toxic. Was toxic in the camp. Was toxic leading up to it. Was on every single social media platform. Was doing interviews with Mill City everywhere. Just building up his son. And I said that he is building up his son to get shot down so deep. The boxing world is a dirty world, man. And once they see their opportunity to crap on you, there it goes. And I think that's exactly what happened. I think Brian Norman Jr. realized after that fight that there's only a certain extent that his father could take him to. He doesn't need that toxicity in his training camp no more. Brian Norman Sr., after the fight, still wasn't owning up to any of the mistakes he made. During the fight with Devin the Dream Haney, some of his corner work, a lot of people talked down on it because, instead of giving his son instructions on what to do, how to, beat Devin Haney, he was just telling him, use your heart, be a warrior, go in there, come on, son, come on, instead of helping him. Look it, man. Brian Norman Jr. was the WBO champion of the world welterweight division. He's 28-1. He understands he's 25 years old. This is great timing. He understands that his father could only take him so far. And I think, shout out to him for being brave, for letting it, just relieving his father. We know there's a lot of father-son duos out there that should have left their dads, but they didn't because that connection.
We actually didn't talk that much. We actually didn't.
Was it awkward?
There. But, of course, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said him and Brian Jr. ain't really talking that much right now. It is what it is, but he also admitted to overlooking Devin the Dream Haney. He thought Devin the Dream Haney was not as good of a boxer as he thought he was going to be. He thought he was really going to go in there and KO him. And he owned up to it. He admits that he underestimated Devin Haney. He didn't think that that's how it was gonna go down. He believed in himself enough to where he didn't think it was possible. When it happened, my friends. Now, it's pretty crazy, dude, because he says even after the fight with Devin the Dream Haney, him and his father really didn't talk about the fight that much, that it got kind of awkward. And it would get awkward because now you think, like, where's Brian Norman Sr. at now, right? You had your biggest star, Brian Norman Jr., who's your son, who's your prodigy, right? Who's bringing the guys to your gym. They see your son. They see the success he's having is bringing people to your gym. You're getting opportunities to train other people. But now, you're kind of getting a little, not exposed, but it's kind of like he's just, all right, man, I'm taking off. I'm going to go do my own thing. Who knows, for his next training camp, he might go to a different state and go train with somebody else. Who knows what's going to happen? If his dad is still going to be by his side. I don't know if Brian Norman even wants this toxic person around him during his training camp, talking all that crap. I think Brian Norman Sr. needs to step out of the realm for a little bit, let his son focus. Stop going on all these social media platforms and building up your son, talking the most crap on all these other boxers, and just shut up. That's honestly what I would say you probably got to do right now, right? Unless Brian Norman Jr. still wants to keep you by his side and still taking you, he's just relieving you from your head training position, man. But let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel. Is this a good decision for Brian Norman Jr. after his first loss? He's going to, leave his father? I think it is. Let me know in the comments. I'm out.